Introduction. Greetings, meatbags. In part 2 of our series on destroying the lies Raxo tells about his past, we look at the Kate texts again.
Well, not so much them as the lies he likes to tell about them and the situation. Let's start out with his side of the story.
And I know, what a lot of people think of me. I know that a lot of people hate on me. A lot of people think that I'm, certain things that I'm not. People have made up evidence, fabricated evidence, if you will, to make me look a certain way. But Music Biz Marty did something that would change my life forever. Little did I know that he would hire this well-known YouTuber by the name of Masshole Reports, who now goes by Mass Troll Mafia. He had hired her to play the role of an 18-year-old fan who was just getting out of high school, and she had messaged me by text message. And we started talking back and forth, and you know how, for all you guys out there, you guys know how it is sometimes, you meet a cute chick, you start talking, Well, that's what it was. We started talking, and we talked for at least 3 or 4 hours. And I mean, full blown, she was telling me all this crazy stuff, and, I was telling her about my genuine life and the real shit that I've been through, not realizing that it was really a troll the whole time. Well, Masshole Reports told me that she had to leave. And I can't remember what name she used or whatever. It was some generic name, I guess. Well, she had told me that she had to leave and that she had to work in the morning and this, that, and the other and blah, blah, blah. So I thought, okay, just hit me up whenever you can. Well, she hits me up a couple hours later. And we start talking more. And, I will admit things got a little bit cozy. And she had tricked me into sending her a certain image while still claiming to be 18. Well, little did I know that that was the worst mistake I would make. Right after I sent that picture, she turned around and sent an image of what appeared to be an underage child. And then claimed to be underage herself. And ever since then, I've been called pedophile. I've been called all kinds of names in the book. I used to help develop games for a friend of mine. I got fired from that. I also had a record deal with a major label that I was very proud to be on, who to this day I still do show love and support for because they do work very hard. I got kicked off of the label as a result of all this stuff and all these accusations. But what people don't realize is that Marty did that setup for a reason. Marty made that setup so that everybody would abandon me. All my friends would leave me. So that I would have nobody to turn to but him.
There was really only one true thing about what he said in that whole 5 minutes of word salad. He did indeed fall for a setup. A setup only a sicko would fall for, as we detailed in the first part. His defense here boils down to 2 parts. First, he thought she was 18. Second, he didn't know he was being trolled. Now, let's hear what he said in the immediate aftermath of the sting.
All day long, I'm getting troll messages from Massachusetts all day long, right? Well, there was this person that was texting me. I thought that it was a troll. So I went along with it.
And stop. This was his initial defense, folks. He said he knew he was being trolled, but went along with it. Our meatbag's thoughts were multifaceted upon hearing this the first time. The overwhelming feeling was one of laughter. Sure, we can see going along with a troll in order to out-troll the troll. However, revealing compromising information, such as photos of one's penis, merely gives them what they want. Of all the things not to do when one suspects trolling, we have to say this is a perfect example. But that's not all. Remember, we said the meatbag's feelings were multifaceted. A childhood memory sprang up. Suddenly, he remembered the time one of his cousins broke a cookie jar. The kid silently lifted the lid, stealthily placed it on the counter, obtained several cookies, then picked up and replaced the lid. Again, without a sound, the meatbag was impressed. He didn't see what happened next because he turned to leave the room as per the plan. It was the loudest possible noise in a quiet house during nap time. The meatbag turned around to see his cousin, eyes wide open and fixed on the smashed jar. Cookies and bits of ceramic littered the floor. This was going to require cleanup, and more importantly, would certainly alert his aunt. As those thoughts raced through his head, he heard his cousin say, "I meant to do that." They both knew that wasn't true, and now hearing Raxo say he meant to do what he did was a fun reminder.
I went along with this, thinking that it was just that, a fucking troll. I was fucking with the head. And it turns out that that person that was acting like a kid was actually a fucking kid. And it sickens me. And now because of these motherfucking trolls...
Let's be real, this is not what he was doing. While Raxo is dumb enough to screw up almost anything, these two messages showed what he wanted. And what he got. The notion of going along with the trolls is as ridiculous as our meatbag's cousin's assertion that he intentionally smashed the cookie jar. The cousin gets a pass because it was only cookies and he was like 5. Meeting me as a grown man who should know better. And evidently did. Once he realized what he had done, he bailed out fast. It goes to show you, he's about as sharp as the top of his head. In our next episode, we're going to look at how he tried to weaponize the victimization of a classmate. Thank you for checking this out, and have a great whatever time of the day, week, month you've got going on right now.